and this lesson we'll be working on a ball cap. Be sure to grab your water-soluble stabilizer, your color palette, and your needle. Let's get started.
So we're starting with our water-soluble stabilizer. I'm going to place mine on the side. So I'm going to peel this and place it where I prefer it. Feel free to put this on the front too. You can put it wherever, or across the back would be pretty cool too. But I'm going to start on the side, and I'm going to begin with all of the stems. So I'm going to be doing a back stitch. So I'm coming up through the back, down through the front, and then I'm going to come up a stitch length and then back into the last hole of my initial stitch. Again, this is the back stitch. So I'm going to use these for all of the stems. I'm going to work those through. I'm going to stay with the same color as well. I'm going to work those through, and then I'll come back and I will meet you for the leaves. So I have all my stems in. We're going to start with the leaf stitch here. So I'm going to come up through the back. I'm going to go down about 3/4 of the way from the leaf. And I'm going to come up again on that left side, cross over, and go down just below my initial stitch. So again, this is the leaf stitch. If you need help, my 101 class is available. And I go through this stitch along with 14 others, 15 stitches total. So again, I'm going to keep repeating that pattern where I'm just coming up on one side, crossing over to the other until I fill this shape. And it's going to create this really nice seam that's really like the vein of the leaf. So I'm going to keep doing that and fill this in. And then I'm going to fill in all of the small leaves with the same technique. So now that I have all of the small leaves complete, I'm going to start with these bigger leaves, and I'm actually going to use a satin stitch. So I've started this here. Again, I like to separate out my shapes, so I'm kind of giving myself guidelines here, and I'm actually going to split this by color as well. So I'm still doing this dark green. So I'm going to do this half in a dark green with a satin stitch. So you can see I'm just placing a few guidelines here to get the angle that I want, and then I'm going to fill this shape in. So I'm going to get this going. I'll fill in this side and do all of this dark color green before I switch to a lighter color to fill in the opposite side. All of this will be satin stitch. So again, up through the back, down through the front, and then it's just side by side by side to fill in that shape. Okay, so I have all of my leaves and that dark green done. Now I'm going to come back with this light green and finish the other half of these larger leaves. So again, I'm going to try to measure this out, one, to give myself guidelines, but also try to match the angle that I did on that initial dark green side. So you'll see me come across and kind of line it up a couple times here. I'm really just trying to gauge the right angle and make sure that I'm giving myself enough guidelines to keep my work a little bit neater. So I'm going to fill these in. Again, this is satin stitch. I'll be using satin stitch for the petals as well. So I'm going to speed this up and fill in this light green. Okay, so I filled in this other side. You can see that two-tone here. So I'm going to do that treatment for the rest of my leaves and then come back for the petal. Now for the petals, feel free to use whatever color you like. I'm going pretty monotone here. I'm going to be doing cream on all of them. You can mix it up. You can make some of those bottom petals a slightly darker color to give it a little more dimension. I'm using 3 strands here. You could also do 2 strands, one color, 1 strand, an opposite color. However you want to play with this, feel free. I, again, am a little basic. I like my neutrals, and so I'll be doing cream here, and then I'll be filling in with kind of a gold for the center. So again, this is satin stitch. I am just outlining and then filling in side by side by side, which I'll do for the rest of the petals. Now that those are filled, I'm going to be doing French knots for the center. Now, if they're giving you a hard time, don't worry about it. Opt for the satin stitch, no biggie. But I'm going to be wrapping mine, I think 3 times, and then pulling through. So we'll pull this through, and then we'll do one more so you can see. So I'm going to come up through the back, And then with my needle, I'm going to press against that, wrap it, 3 times, push down through right next to where I came up, and then pull that until the knot is complete. And these have such a great texture. They're worth the pain and the practice, I promise. So now that we have those complete, I'm going to wash this off with a water-soluble stabilizer there on the back. So this is my kitchen sink. Welcome to my kitchen. I use a sprayer a lot. So I'm going to get that all off and then let it dry so we can see our final piece. There we go. Beautiful ball cap.
Key takeaways. Be sure to use the colors and stitches that speak most to you. If you like a certain palette, go for it. If the French knot is giving you trouble, opt for a satin stitch instead. Ensure you dissolve your water-soluble stabilizer completely to avoid any dark lines showing through on your lighter threads. If you have existing pieces, those are the perfect ones to use versus buying something new. I'll see you next time. Happy stitching!